together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. We'll be joined here by Tim in just a couple minutes. But today we have actually an okay size hockey slate. We have 6 games, and we have 3 games in the MLB. So we have 9 games to go over for today's card. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right, one went wrong in the world of sports betting. It started off so good, and then it fell apart late, which was extremely frustrating. Baseball was the perfect epitome of that, and so was hockey. Houston first 5, winner, full game, winner. And then Baltimore first 5, loser, Baltimore full game, loser. So it went 2-2 up 0.28 units. They're all dogs, so just needed to win 2, and you're profitable there. In college football, went 0-4. Really 0-2, but the money line sprinkles there. La Tech +3 in the money line, losers. Jacksonville State +6 in the money lines, losers. So not what we wanted to see from college football there. 0-4, down 1.51 units. NHL started off really good. We started off the season 2-0. We had the Lightning -1. We had the Lightning team total over 3.5, which were both winners. We got the team total over 2.5 with the Blackhawks, and now it's all we got. The over 6.5 missed just because the Penguins didn't score goals. The Penguins. Why I'm relying on the Penguins to do anything is a great question. And I think the Penguins are going to be a great bet against team this season. That being said, maybe next game not as much, but we'll see. And then my favorite play of the entire summer, I'm so glad I hyped up one play the entire summer just to watch it lose by 3 goals. Kraken first period, Kraken full game, both losers there. The Kraken were silenced last night, and just a defensive clinic put up by these Vegas Golden Knights. And how freaking professional and impressive are these Vegas Golden Knights? You have the banner raising, you just won the cup and all that. You had the ceremony, and then you go out there and play lockdown defense. That was just impressive by the Vegas Golden Knights. You tip your cap to them and you move on. So overall, frustrating day yesterday. 5-9, down 1.30 units. Overall, October's kicked my ass so far, which is extremely frustrating. 73, 95, and 2, down 13.8 units. But we get a decent hockey slate today. I got some plays I've already locked in. I've already locked in plays on the Toronto game, the Edmonton game, the Kings game, and the Jets game, as well as the Astros and the Phillies game. So we'll definitely be able to hopefully have a decent day here. But overall, not a great day yesterday, but we get a good hockey slate today here too. Yep. Yeah, it was not fun yesterday. Well, the early games were. On the site, we went 2-4. We had the first 2 winners. All we had to do was win one more for a profitable day. Couldn't get any of them. So it is what it is. Whatever. Personally, I went 1-2 in hockey. I had Tampa Bay. I had Penguins puck line, and I had Seattle. So that one ended up being down 0.42 units or something, whatever that is. I did go 2-1 on goal scorer props, though. So that was kind of nice to see. Hit on Hagel, hit on Crosby, missed on Beniers. But those are pretty nice. We'll see how today goes with some hockey. I'm gonna go put up my hockey card on Twitter now. But see how it goes, Nick. Yeah. And screw you for betting the Orioles yesterday. Oh, yeah, not a problem. Markel saying Ugg pens, and I didn't even play the Lightning, but it was never in doubt. How about them Penguins? Oh, that was just beautiful to watch. Bedard, and the Blackhawks getting the win last night. That was fun. Hit the Lightning, Blackhawks, and Rangers and Astros. There you go. Lost money on the Kraken. Yeah, Kraken were rough. Good morning, Penguins old team, but that's why I bet the under 6.5 and cash it on the over 7.5 in the Lightning. Hell yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think the way to approach Penguins games is maybe not taking the full game over; it's just taking their opponent team total over. So we'll see. We'll get started with the game I've not got involved with here. This one seems kind of tricky to me, and I feel like I missed the best of the number for it. Carolina Hurricanes are minus 180 favorites, total of 6 in this game. Taking a look at the opening line or the line history in this one here, as it opened at 201 for the Hurricanes, and now it's down to a 179. So it's a decent move towards these Ottawa Senators. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 108. It's actually up to a 6 at minus 116. So apparently I did not miss the best of the number. It's 6. Oh, I'm reading Toronto. That's why I'm reading Toronto's numbers. It has moved 8 cents towards the over. I don't think on some books it opened up at a 6.5. At others, it opened up at a 6. At 6.5, I wanted the under in this game. Taking a look at the cash flow in this one real quick. I don't really use this much for hockey. I'll probably use it a little bit in the beginning of the season, and we'll see from there. We have 13% of the tickets and 27% of the cash is on the Senators. Yet the lines move towards the Senators, even though there's very, very little money on them. Kind of think they may be a live dog. Maybe this could be a slow start for the Hurricanes. I don't really want to fade the Hurricanes full game. 57% of the tickets, 87% of the cash is on the over. The lines move slightly towards the over. And I just don't understand why people like the over in this matchup unless they think that Ottawa defensively is going to struggle. I think this Hurricanes team is a team that lacks punch. Maybe during the regular season they'll have that punch, that offensive punch, but we saw in the postseason last year that their offense dries up. They won't have Svechnikov in this game, and he probably won't be on the road trip, I'm hearing as well, that they'll have after this game. This Hurricanes team, I think, is going to be very tricky this year. I think there's going to be good spots to bet against them, and this may be one of them, maybe looking at Ottawa first period or something along those lines. But I really am not in the interest in backing the Hurricanes at this number personally at the moment. Maybe later in the season when they get more rounded into form, that could be an interesting look. You can get that may be an interesting play. The Hurricanes team totals a 3.5. I think that this could easily be a game that the Hurricanes win 3-2 or 2-1. If they do win, I do lean under the total in this one. I think this is a lower scoring game. Team total under 3.5 for Carolina does seem kind of appealing for me here, but this is not something I'm going to be playing. I like other games better than this one. I already have 4 of the 6 games bet, and I think I'm just not going to bet this one. This one could go either way. I guess it would be Ottawa and under or nothing for me. It's just going to be nothing for me.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the opposite side. I think going into this season, a lot of people are going to be super high on Ottawa. And I'm not going to be.
Agreed.
Carolina is going to be one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. I do have them as my number 5 team in hockey. So I do think that they're going to be quite good. And when it comes to it, I have Ottawa in my 20s. I think Ottawa is still at least a year out. I'm going to be on Carolina. I took their puck line. And I'm going to be for a goal scorer prop because I'm going to start trying to do those as well. For goal scorers, I'm going to take probably the painfully obvious one. I'm going to take number 20, Sebastian Aho, plus 120. So Carolina for me, Nick.
Fair. Back to the chat.
He's on New Mexico State. I don't think I touched either one of those games.
I did make a move on Sam Houston.
I had to do a video on one of them. I ended up doing UTEP, but I'm not touching that game. Canes. Yes, I like the Canes today. I actually really like this one. I might have 2 goal scorer props from this one, Nick.
Yeah, and if one of them is not named Cole Caulfield, I'll be a little bit disappointed. Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens, or the Maple Leafs minus 280 favorites in this one with a total of 6.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. Line opened up at a 115. It's up to a 122. So the line has moved towards the over. Line opened up at a 175. It's up to a 280, or 275. It's up to a 280. 87% of the tickets and 50% of the cash is on the Maple Leafs there. 41% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on their puck line. 65% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the over in this spot. And I already said that I was going to be interested in this one here, and I've already played it. I got the Montreal Canadiens at plus 246. This is a spot where I don't trust the Toronto Maple Leafs as massive chalk. And I am going to get around to betting this one as well. Because what do I generally, if I'm going to be betting dogs, what do I expect them to do? I expect them to score goals. And I expect Montreal to be able to put up goals in this game. Cole Caulfield is definitely someone I would look at for props. Nick Suzuki is somebody I would look at for props. I think this Montreal Canadiens team is going to be better than people think they are this year. And I think that's just because they'll stay healthy. Nick Suzuki on the top line with Caulfield and Anderson. Doc with Newhook and Slafkovsky. I like the Newhook addition there. Monahan centering the third line with Gallagher and Pearson. I think that shows they have depth. Jake Evans is on the fourth line with Raphael Harvey-Pinard, which he bursted on the scene last year. Pinard. Their D-line, their D-core is a little weak. The top line, I don't mind with Matheson and Savard, but Gouli and Kovacevic and Harris and Zaitsev is not someone I'm 100% relying on. I wish that they went with Montembeault instead of Allen in net for this one. It would make me a little bit more confident with Montreal. But I am going to be adding the Montreal team total over. It's a 2.5 at minus 110. I think that is a great price here. I still don't trust the Maple Leafs defensively like that to limit a team to less than 2 goals, especially the Canadiens, which do match up pretty well with the Maple Leafs. So I'll take a little Montreal team total over here at 2.5 as well as the money line at 246.
Okay. I am on the over. I think we're going to see a bunch of goals in this game. I think if there's a worry for the Montreal Canadiens, it's defense and goaltending. And Toronto's got probably going to be one of the best offenses in hockey coming up, because they had a really, really solid offense and they added Bertuzzi to it. So I think that they made a bunch of nice moves over the offseason. I know a lot of people were expecting them to blow it up. They did not. Personally, I have the Toronto Maple Leafs as my number 1 team in the NHL. I have Montreal as like mid-20s, so or higher 20s. But when it came to this one, I wasn't going to grab Toronto just because they're way too expensive. Although their puck line is actually not bad at minus 115. I do lean towards Toronto, just because I think they're the better team by that much. Montreal is still a team that I want to see them play well beforehand. I know we saw that last night with the Blackhawks, but I need to see that with Montreal before I start going after them. That's why I didn't touch the side. I went after the over, and I lied to you, Nick. I have 3 goal scorer props for this one. And yes, I took your Cole Caulfield. Whatever.
Nice.
Fine. Plus 120. I also took your boy John Tavares. Plus 120.
That's not my boy. That is definitely not my boy.
Former Islander, yeah, I know. And I took Lenny's boy, Bertuzzi, plus 200 for goal scorer props in this game. And I wouldn't talk anybody off of Nylander either. So I'm starting to gain a list of some goal scorer props. Let's make some money, Nick.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
I want to go back to the chat.
Back to the chat.
I'm finishing typing up my card. Up on Twitter.
Minus 290 for the Leafs. Sheesh. Yeah. Over 6.5. I definitely think that the Canadiens will contribute to that. I think the Canadiens will be better than people think. I see a lot of people that are picking them for last in that division. I think if they stay healthy, they will flirt with a wild card. They'll be better than people think. Oh boy, I don't even know how to pronounce this one, Tim.
Oh, he had the frickin' who do you call it?
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks last night.
Hell yeah, NHL is back. What a good night. Yeah, I'm mad I didn't bet the frickin' Blackhawks. I'm reporting this for spamming. Report needed and denied. Yes. I'll be on the Canadians plus 1.5 in money line. Love it. I won't do the alt minus 1.5 like I did with the Blackhawks. Wow. What was that? What was the alternative minus 1.5 with the Blackhawks?
A lot.
Absolutely. And about the Blackhawks, they take on the Boston Bruins in this spot here. The Bruins minus 315 home favorites with a total of 6 in this game. Now, I know there's an approximate 0% chance I'm backing the Bruins, especially at this number. Line opened up at a 300, and actually, since I've typed this up, it's gone all the way up to a 346. That's insane. Total opened up at a 6, and it has stayed at the 6 there. We have 83% of the tickets, but only 50% of the cash is on the Bruins. 86% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the puck line for the Bruins here in this one. Now the question is it a rest disadvantage, or is it momentum building to get that win last night for the Chicago Blackhawks? Now this is not a game I've moved on already. This is probably not a game I have too much interest in. It's going to be Arvik Soderblom in net, which I think he has some potential with the Blackhawks here. Am I interested in betting this game though? No. After the Blackhawks won last night, I kind of wanted to bet the Bruins today, but obviously we're priced out of it. I'm not laying minus 126 on a puck line on day 2. That's just not going to happen, especially I actually think it's a disadvantage for the Bruins that they haven't played a hockey game yet, and the Blackhawks have, because the Blackhawks are now in that hockey mode, and the Bruins have yet to do that. And I think the Bruins will be a very good bet against team this year. I think this is a team that is going to take a massive step down. People are going to remember what they did last year, and they are not that team that they are last year. They lost Bertuzzi, they lost Bergeron, they lost Krejci, they lost Orlov, they lost Hathaway. They've lost a lot of pieces in the offseason, which I think is going to lead to them really struggling this year. Now, there are some rookies that made the team out of camp that have a lot of potential that are going to get a big opportunity with the Bruins early here in the season. I don't trust them. Especially as this much chalk. At this number, it is 100% Blackhawks or nothing. But do I want to back Chicago after their win last night? Not really. So this is going to be a pretty simple stay-off spot. If you want to back the Blackhawks, maybe you look to go back to that team total over that cash last night with them. You can get 2.5 at plus 125. I think that has some appeal to it, but I have no interest in this game whatsoever. I have a lot of interest in the late games.
I laid chalk on this one, Nick. I did. And I'm not proud of it. I am on the Bruins. Yes, I think the Bruins are taking a step down this year. But when it came to it, I'm a situational capper. And I want to see how I do compared to how you do, because I'm going to be a situational capper. You're going to be very heavy numbers. And I after a big win last night in Pittsburgh, I think they take a little bit of a step back tonight. Everybody's going to see, look what the Blackhawks did last night. Even though Bedard didn't get his goal, he got a point. He got his first win in the NHL. Everybody's going to hype it up. Is this still a Boston Bruins team that had, 135 points last night? Yeah, last year? Yes, they lost a bunch of players. But I still think that they're going to be a wild card team, or they could still potentially be the third team in the Atlantic.
I don't see it.
Yes, they still could. It's still still a good Bruins team, and I'm going to be on Boston in this one. I took their puck line minus 125. It's about the max juice I lay. And the only reason why I did it is because of bad situational spot. And because I've been doing a bunch of goal scorer props, we'll take the Rat. We'll take Brad Marchand plus 160 as well to score a goal in this game, Nick. But I'm all over the Boston Bruins. I took them on the puck line this one, Nick.
Good luck. I'm just not laying this type of chalk on day 2, especially on a team that I'm not very high on. So have fun.
Yep.
Back to the chat.
Are
you still finishing up your card?
I'm starting to type up my goal scorer props now.
All right. Let's see. Won't as much as in-game. I always say in-game betting is my true love. There you go. Give me the Blackhawks to make a 2-0 start. How about that? That would be how about that? The Blackhawks start 2-0 with wins over the Penguins and the Bruins. Two teams I think are overrated that'll miss the playoffs. Blackhawks got momentum, very real that they. Yeah, and I think maybe the beginning of the season, the Blackhawks may be one of those teams that are too stupid to realize they're supposed to be bad and win games. So who knows? I'm feeling 5 runs on Bruins team total over. There you go. First period Blackhawks. That's not a bad look. Maybe if you want the Blackhawks, you take them in the first period. Let me take a look what the first period is. You can get them plus 195 in the first period or plus a half at minus 130 in the first period. I don't hate that. I don't. We back. Yeah, NHL. Taking the B's and right tonight. Good luck. I don't like laying that type of number.
I took puck line.
Situations are situational. Yep. Love it. Omar still great as well. Heading to the game. B's win. Good luck there. We'll move on to the next matchup here. And I think if I remember you putting in your card, I'm on the opposite side on this game here. And we'll get into it. The Edmonton Oilers are minus 160 on the road against the Canucks. Total 6.5 in this spot. And taking a look at taking a look at the line history in this spot here. The Oilers opened up at a 152. They're up to a 160. So it's been an 8-cent line movement towards them. Line opened up at a 6.5 minus 129. It's up to a 6.5 minus 138 now. So definitely a move towards the over and a move towards the Oilers, which I kind of agree with. 25% of the tickets, 49% of the cash is on the over, and the line's moving towards the over. So that's kind of encouraging to see because I did move on the over. And we have 27% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the Canucks, and the lines move towards the Oilers. So even though the bigger bets are coming in on the Canucks side, the line's moving towards the Oilers. I'm not a fan of the Canucks tonight. I did play the Oilers -1 at plus 101, and I played the over 6.5. I still think Oilers overs are going to be a thing this year. This is still one of the best offenses in hockey, and I think they're going to continue to be one of the best offenses in hockey. And the Canucks are one of those teams where I can very well see, if you like the Canucks, I think it's very similar to last year. Look for them to jump out early. I can see there being opportunities in this game to live bet the Oilers at plus money potentially. If the Vancouver Canucks jump out 1-0, I will be live betting the Oilers again. We saw this last year on opening night. They jumped out to a 3-0 lead and lost that game, I think 5-3. So I can see something very similar with the Canucks in this game as well. I took the Oilers -1 and the over 6.5. I think the Oilers are able to put up goals in this game once again. As for props, there was one player I remember riding throughout the playoffs last year maybe you can look to grab him again, Evan Bouchard, to score a point, which is probably juiced. Evan Bouchard, minus 162. But what can you get for 2+ points for Bouchard? Because I think that they get multiple points. Evan Bouchard, multiple points is plus 300. I can definitely see that.
His goal prop is plus 350.
Goal prop is plus 350. Don't hate that. Wow, that is crazy. Over 1.5 points for Connor McDavid is minus 167.
I'll talk
McDavid's insane. You're probably going to look at him not to score a goal or something like that. But I'm on the Oilers -1, and I'm on the over. So that's kind of where I'm going with this game. I do expect McDavid to pull one in, but obviously not betting it.
I'm going to go with
by the Vancouver Canucks.
I know we're against each other on this one. That is fine. I do have Edmonton as my number 2 team in the NHL. So I do think they're going to have a really good year. I just have Vancouver as a wild card team. I have them over their point total. I have them to make the playoffs. I think this is a Vancouver team that could sneak in. They've got a bunch of good veteran talent along with a couple of nice young guys. This Vancouver team was on the outside looking in last year. I think they're going to be able to do enough. And keep in mind, these two teams play again, I believe on Friday. Nope, Saturday.
In Edmonton?
They play in Edmonton on Saturday.
Maybe that's a spot where you grab the Canucks at a big plus price tag, trying to get revenge on this loss, game 1.
No, because I think they win. I think Vancouver wins today, so it wouldn't be a revenge for me. I have a feeling I'm grabbing Vancouver tonight at home, and I'll probably be on Edmonton puck line on Saturday on their home opener. I think they split the road, the home and home double up back to back. I guess it's not back to back, but they'll play each other back to back games. I'm on the Canucks in this one, and I took 3 goal scorer props for this one. I took Kuzmenko for the Vancouver Canucks.
He's awesome. I love him.
I grabbed him at plus 180, and I'm going back to it. Connor McDavid, no goal, minus 110. Not to score a goal as a pickle. And then I laid a little bit of juice because I took his sidekick, Leon Draisaitl, no goal, minus 130. Normally I don't like to lay a lot of juice, but when I'm against the Oilers, I'm going to be betting those no goal props. Kuzmenko goal, McDavid, Draisaitl, both no goals in those. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Where did you leave off?
I left off there.
Mike Glennon. And by the way, Nick, you have to say it like that. You have to have a little bit of gap in between Mike and Glennon just to give it a little bit of the eeriness to
suspense.
it. Yeah, the suspense. You're late. Yeah, we know. What I miss? A couple hockey games, nothing crazy. Why does this line scare me? Oilers so much better. I know, right? Yeah,
they're on the road.
Over could be a play as long as Connor McDavid and Draisaitl don't score. Supness from the casino. Let's get it. We got a Supness. Let's go. Morning. Good morning, EQ.
It's missing all the faces that return for hockey season. It's a beautiful thing.
Minus 160 is strange. It's so strange. It is. But
I don't think so at all.
But the thing is, I know a lot of people probably expect it at minus 200. I don't, because I think Vancouver's going to be good this year.
I see a lot of people thinking Vancouver's improved this year.
I think Vancouver's going to. By the way, Nick, out of spite, I almost took Anthony Beauvillier as a goal scorer prop, but
did he make? No, that was Ratu that did make the camp. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they put Beauvillier in opportunistic spots so they could try to trade him. It's for the trade, the side that the Canucks got in that trade. Beauvillier and Ratu have not been very good.
Yeah, Oilers got a goalie yet? They got the same ones as last year, so they're going to struggle.
They got Stuart Skinner,
so they're going to struggle. Defense, live game to bet if the Oilers go down.
Yes, I think this is a great spot. The Oilers are probably the team I trust the most if they're down to make a comeback.
There you go. What's happening, fellas? What's happening, Rise? Taylor Hall back in the bean point for him today. Get it?
I could definitely see that.
Edmonton in the over. I could.
Correct.
I like the over. I don't like Edmonton. Edmonton over, yes, and over first period full game. Get it? Most expected Blackhawks to do bad. I use I used that energy on the Canucks. Let's go Canucks. We got 2 more hockey games, Nick. And I actually really like this game.
Actually, that's not a bad number. Real quick, I was just looking at what the Oilers team total is. It's 3.5 at -130. I think that's very affordable. But yeah, I like this team as well.
If you noticed, there was a free pick video for this one up on ESB last night. So
I saw that. I'm like, what? I don't remember recording a hockey video. Did Tim really do a hockey video?
I did.
That kind of surprised me. But this line opened up at a 109. It's up to a 118 for Colorado. So it's a small line move towards Colorado here. Line opened up at a 6 at -115. It's now a 6 at -120. We have the Avalanche. Wow, 87% of the tickets, 90% of the cash is on them. And it's moved a little bit towards them, but I would figure it'd move a little bit more. 80% of the tickets and 76% of the cash is on the under in this game. And the line's moved towards, I believe, towards the over in this spot, which I think I might want to get involved with this over. All the money on the under, and it's moved towards the over, makes me very interested in it. And one thing that really makes me interested in this over is I think that this Kings team has the opportunity to be an elite offense. This is a Kings team that made some improvements offensively this offseason. Pierre-Luc Dubois centering the second line with Fiala. I think I really like Kopitar, Kempe, Byfield on the top line. Deneau, Arvidsson, Moore on the third line. I don't like that they got rid of Velarde. I don't like that they got rid of him in that Pierre-Luc Dubois trade. The big question for me, though, and this is a big question for most people, is do we trust Cam Talbot in net? I just don't know. And that's the problem with this team. But with that being said, I think I am going to add a couple plays to this game because I think the Kings – oh, damn it. That's not the line I wanted for the Kings. Team total is at 2.5 at -165. They're scared. They don't want to put out a 3.5 at plus money, which I think tells us a little bit of something here. I think I'm just going to move on the over 6 as well in this game at -120. And when it comes to this, I think the Kings are a very live home dog. And I haven't watched your free pick video, but I'm assuming you're going to say the LA Kings. And Tim, there's a reason why I'm rocking this jersey this morning. I'm on the Kings. I got the Kings at +102. I think they're a very live dog in this game. They're at home. And maybe Cam Talbot wants to prove the haters wrong or whatever. But I think this is a high-scoring Kings win. And I think that's something we're going to be saying a lot this season is the Kings scoring goals and giving up goals as well. So I'm on the Kings. I got them at +102. And I just added the over in this one here. Colorado and LA over 6 at -120.
Yeah, this is one of the first games I looked at and pretty much knew what I was going to bet. Because I saw this, I'm like, all right, because what do I have? I think I have them at number 4, the Colorado Avalanche in my power rank. Yes, I did the power rankings thing, like what Nick and Terry and all of them did, except for I wasn't cool enough to be able to be on the show. I had the Colorado Avalanche at number 4. I had the LA Kings.
I think I had them at 11.
I had them at 13. Whoops. I think I want to switch that around a little bit, but and I think I'm going to end up boosting them up after they win this game. I think this is a close line for a reason.
Yes.
Now, last year's Tim would have went, let's go and take the LA Kings puck line and go crazy with it. I think they have a chance to win this one in overtime. So I was able to get them at even money with it, and I took the Kings. It's just one of those I looked at and went, this line's too close. Everybody's going to see the Avalanche, who were one of the best teams in hockey last year, and see them at a short price and bet them. That's where I want to fade them. Unless they were going up against one of the other, say, top 7 teams, top 8 teams in my power rankings, I would have said a little bit different. But the Kings, I think this one should be more closer to Avalanche -130, 140 area. So that kind of pushes me right towards the opposite side. Go Kings, go on the money line. And, of course, I'm going to try to do a goal scorer prop, Nick, for every game. That's just what I'm going to try to do. And this one's going to be Mr. Kevin Fiala.
I knew that's where you were
Plus
going to go.
200 for the LA Kings tonight. Let's go Kings.
Yeah, I really like that look. I think the Kings have potential to be. They're a big wild card for me. They can miss the playoffs because of their goaltending, but they can also win the Pacific. Like that's the type of range this team has from their defense and goaltending. Because the offense has the ability to be one of the highest scoring teams in hockey this year.
There you go. I'm high on the. I am a little bit annoyed myself because I made my power rankings pretty quickly. I am kind of annoyed at myself for putting the Kings below the Wild and the Bruins.
Yeah,
I think that was a little bit of a mistake. I think my power rankings are going to change a lot after the first week. So, but it is what it is. Kings in this one. Back to the chat, Nick.
Yeah,
because I know you have opinions on that one.
Yes. Montreal upset today. Absolutely. Oh, you want me to continue on the chat? All right.
Yes, please.
Good morning, Nathan. Huge shout out to Kyle Hintley in here with the $3 super sticker. We definitely appreciate that, man.
Let's get it.
Smack that like, boys. Appreciate it.
Damn right.
Yep, over 6.5 Eileen Avalanche. You can get a 6. You can get a 6 right now if you shop around. I would advise that so that a 6 is a push rather than a loss. So I would definitely encourage shop around, try to find the best lines because you can get a better number with that. So ESB cashed a 2 team yesterday. MTSU first half -1. Coastal first half +3. Cashed out for 1.3 units. There you go. Morning Cappers. What is good? Real deal prime. Huge shout out to Fernando Mendoza for the $9.99 super sticker. We truly appreciate it, man.
Well, it makes sense that he could do that with all the plays that he fades and how bad we've been. He's making a lot of money right now. So,
yeah, there you go. And what would be a show without a little Bruins smash?
Yes,
I remember last night I saw
Nate, yes, I am on the Bruins puck line today, -125. So, yes, Bruins smash today.
Oh, yeah. Kings money line for a unit and the over for half a unit due to Nick's line movement research. Yeah, I like it. Analytics for real deal prime there. I like Flames and Reg +130. We'll get into that one next game. Canadians +1.5. I like it. Thanks for all the hard work, boys. Appreciate it, Kyle Hitler. Not a problem. Cashing that Blackhawks boosted to +300% yesterday. Max bet felt great. Hell yeah. Yes, Montreal. What's your thoughts on the Bruins and the Hawks game? I stay completely off. It's Hawks or nothing for me at the number.
Bruins on the puck line.
All right, the Canadians. Yeah, I think the Canadians are going to be a really, really good dog this year. Because you're going to get some really good numbers because people are super on them when they should be a little higher on them. Like Glennon or Joe likes the Blackhawks. Nathan saying the Vancouver Canucks. Hell yeah. And a back-to-back is crazy, Joe. I think a back-to-back is going to give them a little bit of momentum here. But we'll move into the last game here. There's been some interesting line movement on this spot. And I actually really like this side in this game. As we have the Winnipeg Jets traveling to Calgary to take on the Flames. The Flames are now down to a -125. This opened up at a 136, so you could have gotten a better number with Winnipeg, but I still think there's value on them here. Line opened up at a 6.5. It's down to a 6. I think you've missed your line if you like the total, though, because the lines moved down half a goal, and moving down half a goal is much, much more significant than in baseball at moving down half a run. Usually I'd be okay if it goes from an 8 to a 7.5, whatever, 6 to a 6.5, or 6.5 to a 6. No, I mean you don't chase that. But let's take a look at the line history here in this one. 29% of the tickets, 65% of the cash is on the over. This line's moved down, which is kind of interesting. 36% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the Flames, and this line's moved the other way towards the Jets in this spot. And I like Winnipeg in this game. This was one I had my eye on. I think Winnipeg has the potential to be a sneaky good team this year, and so does Calgary on the flip side in this one. But I just don't trust Calgary right now. I need to see it first from them. And I think that Winnipeg, with their signings the other day, really took a lot of stress off this team heading into the season, wondering whether or not Scheifele was going to be with them, whether or not Hellebuck was going to be with them. And they signed them both to, I believe, 7-year deals. It is huge for Winnipeg to not have to worry about those contracts heading into the season. And I think that's going to help them here. I think they're a very live dog, and I grabbed them at plus 113 last night. And I kind of lean Flames team total under as well in this game. I think that Hellebuck is going to be good this season, and he's still a top goaltender. Unfortunately, the team total under 3.5 is minus 150 for the Flames, unless I would be interested in that. So it's just going to be Jets money line for me. I see value in the number here with them as a dog in this game, and I think I had them low on my power rankings, but I had that made before the Hellebuck signing. I think this team will definitely move up in my rankings. I think this team is still a wild card at best team, but I think the Flames are a little bit lower than that. Because I don't know what to expect from this Flames team. I don't know if they'll be that good. So I'm on the Jets here, plus 113.
I'm on the Jets as well. I have both these two teams kind of lower in my power rankings. I have the Jets not to make the playoffs. Granted, this was before the Scheifele and goalie.
Hellebuck.
Thank you, Hellebuck signing. I'm still learning the names. Just give me a break. That was before those signings. I had the Jets at 19th. I had the Flames at 23rd. So I do not think this Flames team is going to be good. I think it should be more of a rebuild year for them. So I looked at this one. I think the Jets are the better team. And I did take the Jets money line in this one. And the line's kind of moved. Because I know last night I was looking at it was like Flames, minus 140 area.
Yeah.
And it's dropped to 125. I'm on the Jets money line. And of course, I had to do two. I did 2 goal scorer props for this one, Nick. One of them just signed his big contract. Scheifele, plus 160. The other one, Nino Niederreiter at plus 275. A little bit of a garbage bin one. I a little bit of longer odds. That's my biggest odds on my goal scorer board. I like Niederreiter to score as well. And the Jets are going to win this one like 4-2, 4-1, something in that range. Give me the Jets.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I want to see what one player is real quick. That if I would go after a goal prop in this game, it's probably down lower here. Yeah, 7-1. I like my defenseman goal scorer props. One is 7-1, one is 8-1. 7-1 Neil Pionk, and the other one is 8-1 for Nate Schmidt. Would be 2 I would maybe look at if you want to go garbage bin hunting. Go for some big plus money. Defenseman goal props I think are fun to try some big plus money with.
So you like to go after more defensemen? Okay. I wonder,
Yeah.
Do they have goal scorer props for tomorrow's games?
We'll look at that tomorrow.
I know. All right, we got lines for my Sabres. Nothing else. All right, no. Early play Sabres money line. Anyways, go ahead. Did you go through the chat?
Not yet.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I'll give a quick rundown on my baseball before I have to head out.
Oh, that's right. You have to go. You can't do baseball.
Nope. My plays wouldn't have been great if it wasn't for you guys. Appreciate it. Los Serpians, aka the D Cracks.
Yes.
I don't know how to approach that game yet. That's the one baseball game I haven't at yet. I think that's an under. I think that's a sneaky under, and I knew you probably disagree.
I'm on.
B's big dude, yeah. Under 6.5 for Fernando. Under 6.5 for Mike Glennon. That team in Finnish basketball. Good luck. What do you guys got on the Sens game? Nothing. I lean Ottawa and under. Did not
Carolina
play.
puck line.
Tim likes Carolina. Fernando saying he leans the Canes. Bedard under half a point. Good luck. I like the Jets. Said fought. Me too. What's up? I missed the last few shows. Appreciate y'all. What's good, Stop Geo, and Nathan also leaning towards those Jets. Quick little baseball rundown for me because I do have to head to class in a second here. So I have plays on 2 of the games, and it's basically riding with 2 teams that have been just cash cows for me as of late. I'm on the Phillies first 5 full game. If you want my full breakdown, I did that on a free pick video last night. It's pretty plain and simple. Aaron Nola over Bryce Edler, and this home field edge for Philadelphia is pretty significant in my opinion, where I see Philadelphia winning both games at home here in the playoffs. So I'm on the Phillies here. I got first 5 minus 125, full game minus 124 last night. And this one here, it's time to close out this series. The Astros are one of the best road teams in baseball, and you're giving me plus money on them again. I'll go ahead and take some Houston Astros action here to close out the Twins and advance to face the Rangers in the ALCS, where I think they'll probably win that series as well. And then, so I got them first 5 at plus 105, full game at plus 109 for the Astros. And I have not played this one yet. The Dodgers and the Diamondbacks, I kind of think that the under has some merit to it. I think Lance Lynn might pitch better than people think. And the Dodgers have just struggled to hit this series. And I'm getting a 5.5 for the first 5 in a playoff game. I lean under first 5 at 5.5, but I don't know if I'm going to play it or not. Not looking at a side in that game.
Okay, sounds good, Nick. I'll let you have a good class today, and I'll quickly run through all the MLB games. I'm not going to be too quick with them because I did all 3 of them on Balling Out last night. So if you guys want a more in-depth thing, you guys can see them there. I will be going over them quickly, though. But all Nick, right. I'll let you go. Have fun.
Good luck, guys.
Let's go back to the chat before Nick. Before this, Jets, yes. Canes in regulation. I'll step it up one. Canes puck line. I like it. Yes, sir. What's up, Justin? I like the MLB picks, Nick. Okay. Stacks Pod Acuna over 1.5 bases. Get it. Mookie Betts over 1.5 bases. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the games and we'll start with it. I'm just going to quickly power through all 3 and then I'll go back to the chat. So if you guys have a comment about the games, please put the game in there because I'm going to be going over all 3 and then I'll come back to the chat. We'll start off with the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies minus 125, total of 9. I think the Phillies take a 2-1 lead in this series. And honestly, I think they've closed it out in 4. This is a Phillies team that has looked really good. Honestly, they should be up 2-0 right now. They kind of threw that last game away. Hey, but splitting in Atlanta is going to be big for them. Aaron Nola going up against Bryce Edler. Clear pitching advantage with Aaron Nola. And this Phillies team has been clutch all throughout the playoffs. I think they take care of business here, go up 2-1, and I think they'll finish it out in 4. Give me the Phillies money line minus the 125. We'll go over to the Astros and the Twins. Twins minus 120. 8's the total in this one. Twins trying to not be eliminated today. Astros trying to book their ticket to go up against the Texas Rangers in the ALCS. And when it comes to it, I do think the Astros win this game, but I like the over. And it's mostly because of Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan's been the second biggest over pitcher in baseball this year. We'll talk about who is number 1 in a minute. But 67.9%, 19-9 to the over is Joe Ryan this year. We'll talk about the other guy in just a second, who is 68.8%. I like the over in this game. It's against Jose Urquidy as well, who hasn't pitched in 2 weeks. So I think he might be a little bit rusty. I see both teams being able to get runs, 4-4, easily score at one point in this game. I just see runs in this one. I do see the Astros closing it out as well, but I do see runs mostly. And which will bring us to the last game. Oh, I mentioned biggest over pitcher in baseball, Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn was 20-10 or 20-9, something in that range, and that was 68.8%. And I I think he gets tagged up more. Now, the one pitcher that I'd be worried about my over with is Brandon Fed, because he's been pretty strong. I mean, he's had a couple of bad starts, but I think he could have a good start today. We saw him go and pitch a bunch of shutout innings against Milwaukee. So he looked good there. I do like Arizona in this matchup. I think Arizona sweeps the Dodgers. I mentioned it after game 2. Before game 2, I said the Arizona Diamondbacks could sweep the series. Now they're home. Now they have a chance to do it. I think they have a shot to book themselves a ticket into the NLCS. And I will say, last night I took a future plus 650 Arizona Diamondbacks to win the World Series. With my Baltimore future going out, I wanted to jump on another team. Give me the D-backs at plus 650 to win the World Series. I think they win today, and I think it goes over the total as well in this one. Those are the 3 baseball games. Let's get it. Phillies in the over. Yes. Those fighting Phils. Yes. AP or PA parlay. Philly Astros. Yes, I could see that. I want Automars Pigget Watch. I was almost English. I have no clue what you're talking about. But those are the 3 MLB games. I know I kind of ran through them really quickly. I did a little bit more of it in Ballin' Out if you guys want to check that out. I like it. Let's get it, Joe. Let's get it. Over in all games, and then Philly, Houston, and Arizona. Let's get it. But that is all of the games for today. Once again, if you guys are interested in my NHL plays, because most likely those are not going to be on, they're not all of them are going to be on the site. They're all going to be on my Twitter page. So if you guys are interested in that, I just put my Twitter for all of those. I'm going to try to do hockey this year. I'm going to try to do hockey. So all my plays are there. If you guys are interested, check out social medias. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, appreciate all the people who go ahead and do that. Recap time. Give me the Carolina Hurricanes on the puck line. The over in Montreal. The Boston Bruins to smash on the puck line. The Canucks money line. The Kings money line. The Jets money line. Philly, Houston, Arizona, and all of the overs. And then some goal scorer props. Give me Sebastian Aho for the Carolina Hurricanes, plus 120. Cole Caulfield, plus 140. Tavares, plus 120. Bertuzzi, plus 200. Marchand, plus 160. Kuzmenko, plus 180. McDavid, Draisaitl, both no goals, minus 110, minus 130. Kevin Fiala, plus $2. Scheifele, plus 160. And Nito Niederreiter, plus 275. All goal scorer props, all of them listed on my Twitter page. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow. Nick might be. I don't think I'm going to be joining tomorrow. I'm going to be traveling to Greenville for the ECU game. All I will mention to you guys is we're taking the Buffalo Sabres on the money line, and we're parlaying Sabres money line with points from Tuck, Thompson, and Skinner. So let's get it for those games. I haven't looked at the rest of the card yet. I just want to mention my Sabres. But I'll personally see you guys again on Friday. Nick will be back tomorrow. See you guys then.